But then to another developing story where Kenyans should brace themselves for a tough month ahead following the significant increase in fuel prices announced by the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Sunday, in the latest review, Super Petrol will retail at 115 shillings and 18 cents per litre, and that is an 8 shillings and 19 cents increase. Now, diesel at 101 and 91 cents, which represents 5 shillings and 51 cents a shillings. That is up by that, and of course kerosene at 92 shillings and 44 cents in Nairobi, an increase of 5 shillings and 32 cents. Now in Mombasa, petrol will retail at 112 shillings and 78 cents, diesel at 99 shillings and 52 cents, and 90 shillings and 5 cents for kerosene. Now fuel prices will be highest in Mandera, where Super Petrol will retail at 128 shillings and 22 cents, diesel at 114 shillings and 95 cents, and kerosene at 105 shillings and 47 cents. Now, IPRA has attributed the rise in fuel prices to the increase in the average landed costs of the three products, as well as the appreciation of the US dollar to the Kenya shilling exchange rate by 0.5%. All right, so now, following the latest review, the Central Organization of Trade Unions, that is KOTU Kenya, condemned IPRA for what it termed as outrageous and insensitive. In a statement to newsrooms, KOTU said that the move to raise the fuel prices is an affront to workers and all Kenyans at a time when they're still reeling from the effects of COVID-19 pandemic. KOTU also blamed cartels for the rise in the prices and warned that businesses in Kenya are on the brink of further collapse. KOTU now wants the Energy Ministry to intervene in the matter to avert widespread protests. So now those are the new prices for fuel that took place effective midnight. You've heard it from the Central Organization of Trade Union Secretary General, and that is Mr. Francis Atwoli, just talking about the effects of this, what it will mean to the common man when it comes to the prices of commodities in the country. But I bring in my colleague Emmanuel To, who is supposed to be getting the sentiments of Kenyans from the Central Business District. Emmanuel To, good morning. So this means it's tough times ahead for Kenyans. What are they saying about the new fuel prices?
Absolutely, it is going to be a very tough terrain for Kenyans after the prices of those basic commodities are expected to rise because of the ripple effects that the petroleum products have on basic commodities in the country. And Kenyans already speaking, others are already complaining that the government is trying to siphon some money from them and make sure that, and maybe finance some of the projects. Remember that there's a 3 trillion shilling budget that has been reviewed by the government to make sure that for the next 1 year, that is the money that is going to come from Kenyans' pockets. And this is coming at the backdrop of the COVID-19 pandemic, where many Kenyans have been jobless. Many of them are not having any money just to even finance their basic commodities in their day-to-day activities. So I'm joined by some of the Kenyans here on the streets of Nairobi just to give their sentiments and their reactions to the latest directive that has been given by IPRA. So kindly join us, start with your name and tell us your reactions to what you had, or maybe the news that you got recently about the prices of those commodities.
Oh, right. My name is Richard Harold. Okay, the EPRA information that I received it on Saturday. Was it Saturday or yesterday? Yesterday, yeah. Okay, when I look at that, it is going to tickle to every common man, that is the taxpayer, in one way or another. Starting from the bread, the commodities, the basic commodities that we use daily, that is sugar, bread, and then you find that still it is within our pockets. That is, we have to go back and recheck, because now the tax that is increased on fuel is always going to the producers, like the industries, the ones that produce the bread, so that when you are going to buy the bread, it's even approaching 60, because currently it's doing 55. Milk is 55. That is the common man if you want to have tea in the morning with bread.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you ready for these new changes that are coming?
Yes, these changes, I would say it's so unfortunate at this current time when COVID came. People have been laid off. The taxation have been returned to normal. So everything is just more or less, they are still hurting our pockets.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much. Naomba nizungumze na wengine karibia hapa. Tuambie tu jina lako kwanza na maoni yako. Bei ya mafuta imepandishwa jana, na hiyo inamaanisha kwamba bei ya bidhaa muhimu ambayo unatumia kila siku itapanda. Maoni yako?
Kwa majina naitwa Athanasi Rukunga. Kwa maoni yangu mimi nauliza, hii mafuta inapanda, sina vikitu kuna mafuta hapa Turkana. Sasa inapandia nini mtu wangu? Ikipanda hivi maisha imekuwa ngumu. Unaona? Hakuna kazi. Fare magari ipande. Hapa mtu wangu mwananchi kawaida anaumia.
Okay. Sasa asante sana.
Okay.
Okay. Well, those are some of the sentiments from the streets of Nairobi concerning the latest report that we've received from IPRA, that the prices of those oil, prices of those commodities that are going to increase as a result of the latest directive are going to hurt the common mwananchi, and some of them are not prepared for the new changes, but they have to live with it now that the government has made that move. So that is the latest right now, and we're going to speak to some more Kenyans later on, and I hand it over to you in studio.
Emmanuel, too, thank you so much. So let me bring in Steve Ogola, who is an SME, Victor Ogola, sorry for that, Victor Ogola, who's an SME expert, just to pick his mind on what this means to the small businesses, business owners here in the country. And thank you so much for joining us here on KTN News Center. So high fuel prices, we need to brace ourselves for, these tough times that you're supposed to be facing as from today. Because as we speak, the price of bread right now, a loaf of bread is actually 50